What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete Strategy. Happy New Year, everyone. We are going to be going over a bunch of channel updates and fun conversation Q&A with the people. We're doing this one live on Twitch. How's everyone doing today? We're playing a little progressive capitals. Okay, so this is classic capitals. Neutral. Neutral bot, alliances on, no fog, no blizz, no alliances. Or yes, alliances, no fog, no blizz, no portals. So I'm in the penultimate seat playing as purple. So, first things first, it is 2025. The Peteman has been on YouTube for 4.5 years. Time flies when you're having fun. I've been able to make this my living. I feel no shortage of utterly blessed every day to be able to wake up talking to this microphone, look into this camera, and try and send out a message of love and positivity while also having tons of fun playing a game I love. So starting with gratitude, starting with thank you. Thank you for being here. Really and truly, I love you folks. You mean a lot to me. We're going to be going over kind of my vision for 2025 and beyond. Free Pete is doing quite well. We are at the cusp of 20,000 subscribers, getting about 15K views a day. This is the second channel. And the second channel is somewhere between 30% and 50% meta settings. And 50 to 60% experimental. So the tournament career has concluded. I no longer have anything to prove in terms of my ability in the game. I cannot measure it, even if I wanted to. So we are done with that story, and we are thinking about new narratives to share with you. So Pete, the risk competitive hero, as a tale is told. Take that for what it is, put it in your pipe and smoke it, and we'll put it behind us. I have some leftover tournament videos that I will be releasing more and more with commentary to see if that is being enjoyed. So there will be my remaining tournament videos from the VIP tournament, from the Freedom Face-Off, which I made finals, from the final PRT tournament, which name escapes me, and then the straw that broke the camel's back as far as competitive viability for me, as well as the final game of my final GM tournament. All of that is yet to come, and I think I will release all of that with commentary so that people can choose whether or not they want the commentary or just they want the straight up version. All that to come on Free Pete. We have discovered the wonderful and glorious airship map. I love the airship map. I know you guys love the airship map. Lots of that to come on the second channel. I'm doing that at least once a week on the main channel. So my main channel schedule at the beginning of 2025 is Mondays. We are still working on the Map Master Monday series. We're doing an analysis of every map in the game, one by one, for free-for-all progressive world dom, and putting them into a tier list. And once we're done looking at every single map, that will be the end of the series, and then the Monday slot will be open. The Tuesday slot is meta settings. I prioritize playing the risk meta settings in a way that will snowball the game and not stalemate. Sometimes I will show losses on the main channel. Most of the times I will not. I feel like the conversation around Pete, you lost because of X reason is annoying. Because of the presumption that the person making the comment knows what the hell they're talking about, which as often as not is false. The Wednesday show is the airship show. So I like airship a lot. I find airship to be not very consistent. So I do have to, at least not consistent the way I like to play it. So I do have to work on my airship game, frankly. And I think there are meta strategies to be considered when you talk about the pockets. If you go towards the end of the turn order, you probably do want to cap in corners, frankly. The Thursday show remains the negotiation game settings I invented last winter, still going strong. I'm frankly surprised they still work. as well as they do. True Random, Fixed Capitals on Europe Advanced. So there's 3 Europe Advanced shows a week. Happy to do that. The Friday show remains Fixed Friday. Classic Fixed is kind of fallen by the wayside. The former Risk meta settings, now the doldrums. But I enjoy them. I think Classic Fixed is some of the deepest psychological game in Risk still. And, you know, fundamentally, foremost, I like playing it. So that's the most important thing to me. Am I having fun? The weekend show, 1 experimental slot currently occupied by the Will Your Country Be the Next Meta Settings series that is coming to an end soon. 2 more weeks of that before I switch it up. Either we will open the slot for experimentation on the main channel, or we will replace it with a new series that I am working on. So the Will Your Country Be the Next Meta Settings series is coming to an end, but I think I will just share the conclusion of that series with you. I think I lost once in 13 games, and my conclusion is that skills beat settings. So the very most important thing you're going to want to learn is how to play progressive capitals as opposed to try to min-max settings. And do I think the meta settings are the most efficient way to rank up? No, I do not. Okay. Half-Blood Prince, can you confirm for me, newer player, that is capital 70% zombies fixed all game modes? Yes, they are all the same ranking system. That's correct. How you doing? S4 Murike. Hello. And of course, the second of the weekend slot is meta settings. So we do Tuesday and then either Saturday or Sunday risk meta settings. That's progressive capitals on Europe Advanced, and that is the week. And I try to switch that up every week a little bit, but you're going to get the regular series on those slots ongoing. Thank you, Chad. No, I don't think you are the minority. I think a lot of people love the tournament games. I think a lot of people love the tournament games. I just need to, as always, right? I need to package it in a way. I'm as much failing as anybody else, right? I need to package it in a way that makes a good show. So if it's not a show that people want to watch, I don't blame them. You know, I don't ever blame the audience for what they like. I try to look at it critically, say, how do I give you guys the show that you want? If this is my profession, I am trying to take that seriously. But I'm also very interested in making sure that the show that you guys like to watch is also the show that I like to make, because it would be awfully inauthentic of me if I were to do a show where I'm not having fun. I think that would be a fake show. Gamble says, have there been any complaints about how the airship map looks on YouTube? No. I don't have a problem, but I've seen a couple. Yeah, I mean, I don't get a lot of complaints on my show. I prune out the complainers fairly aggressively. So the tone of my comments is more positive than I would say the average. And every time I get a wave of negativity, I usually take it as a good sign, because that means my channel is growing and being exposed to new people. So, okay, so we talked about the weekly schedule on the main channel, the live show. What am I doing on Twitch? So I want to incorporate more Magic the Gathering. I started a 3rd channel, MTG Pete. You're all welcome to subscribe to it. We are currently over 700 subs on MTG Pete. If you would like to get in on the ground floor in the first 1,000, it would be much appreciated. This will help me monetize the channel such that YouTube stops stealing my ad revenue. But hey, what an awesome thing it would be to consider calling myself a professional Magic player as well. Hilarious. Never would have thought, but I will gladly make this content if it is being enjoyed. Magenta requested alliance. Sure, Magenta can be my hear me. And the thing that the tournament games kept me from was a regular schedule on Twitch. So what I want to do is I want to try and keep up a at least once a week, maybe it'll be less frequent, YouTube stream, probably on Mondays, because Mondays are typically a very low viewed day, that day's video, although today's is doing just fine on the main channel. So if I can do at least one YouTube stream a week, and then 4 Twitch streams. That'd be good. What I'm going to do is, if you guys see on my Twitch, there is a, where is it? I can't actually find it. Where's the button that shows schedule? I want to show you guys because I'm going to start filling it in so you guys will know ahead of time what time I come online. And we'll have a better sense of what I'm doing as well. But I do want to commit to some Magic Arena content live on Twitch at a predictable rate. And we'll see if we can stick with it. And the other thing that I just want to draw some attention to is I've started writing a book. And I've started doing it a page at a time every couple days and then posting in video form. And if you guys haven't seen the first couple of pages, they are on Freepete, and I really like this idea. I don't know if it has legs, but I've learned about myself that I'm able to make video a lot better than I'm able to sit down and write for any long period of time. And I've always wanted to do sort of a longer form book of philosophy directed to the layperson, right? I'm not an academic philosopher, but I want to... I've noticed that I've had a very positive response from people, from you guys, just talking, right? Asking and answering questions over the years. And I think there is a massive gap between academic philosophy and practical philosophy. And philosophers are often thought of as smelling their own farts, hoity-toity, highfalutin bullshit. Why learn philosophy, right? What's in it for me? And it has been a massive benefit to my life. It's also something I love, so it's something I really want to share with all of you people. What do you mean, you people? So these are my plans. This is what I'm up to. I'm making a 3rd channel on Magic the Gathering. I'm still going to come out with 2 Risk videos a day. 14 shows a week on Freepete, Killpete Strategy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to come up with a Magic Arena draft daily, but we'll try to come close to it. 3 shows a day would be quite a tall order. Kreskin says, practical philosophy is often called religion. I am not remotely interested in calling it that. I'm also not remotely interested in telling you guys what to think ever, right? All of my thoughts are offered in the vein of your mileage may vary, but if my struggles have been a benefit, if what I've learned from my struggles can be a benefit to anyone, even a tiny bit, then for me that makes them somehow a little bit more worthwhile. Right? So we're just trying to figure out Vintage Cube when? Dude, is Vintage Cube on Arena, or is it only Mitgo? Because I don't know if I can do too much Mitgo, right? Fiery Muffins. Hey, Pete, I've been watching you on YouTube for a couple weeks now. Thank you for introducing me to this amazing game. You're welcome. And I won my first game. Oh, congrats. Yeah, it's only Mitgo. I like Vintage Cube, man. We built a Vintage Cube in paper. Obviously, with a bunch of proxies. I don't have a Black Lotus, but we did a paper Vintage Cube at my house for many years with my buddies. So, yeah, the Magic channel, I'll do some deck techs. I'll do some, like, commentary as well on, like, maybe the EDH scene or whatever. One step at a time, right? It won't be all arena videos. I can't be limited to just one thing anymore, especially when that one thing is this game that, for better or worse, doesn't have... This game has a beautiful community around it. I'll say that. The people are amazing. I don't know that until the people who make this game understand how to make it grow or speak to those who do, it will stagnate a bit. And whomever it is, if it's SMG or if it's the next thing, right, whatever that is that comes and becomes the risk client that gets used, I have no doubt in my mind that the input of top players and content creators, or both, would be essential to its success. Yeah. So that's where we're going with risk. Happy to talk about it. Happy to use it as a foil to give us time to talk about other things. Develop a competing risk client. I'm not interested in making a business. I'm interested in making a television show. Okay, well, it clears me out of there. I like how everyone's just chilling. Thank you, James. Lloyd says, as a new viewer, I'm a big fan of the vibe and the convos you have on stream, philosophy being a theme of how you ask and react to us. Yes, big part of why you watch Past the Risk. Thank you. No, it's a blessing, really. Like, I can't thank you guys enough, right? I can't share with you. It's also Ronnie. There's Ronnie too. But I can't thank you guys enough when I say that I felt like an alien my entire life. Talking to the average person, I felt like I was talking to a brick wall. And then to sit here and to have my voice be appreciated by anyone feels like no less than an absolute miracle to me, right? To be able to make a living doing this is I am living someone else's dream, literally. Fiery Muffin says there should be an introduction game where new players play with each other and the turn timers increased. You can set up lobbies with longer turn timers, and I recommend you do if you're on your phone. All right, so starting with the Q&A portion, I would like to do the priority Q&A question to start because if you're on my Discord and you're a booster of it, you too can get your questions answered in priority sequence in the priority Q&A thread. And our next question is from Closed. Oh boy, we got 5 gifted from Lloyd. Thank you, Lloyd. Thank you so much, man. All right, so Closed would like to know, hey, Pete, do you think the way that people play Risk reflects their real-life personality? Sometimes. Or approach to challenges? Yeah, sometimes. For instance, can a cautious player in Risk be assumed to be risk-averse in life? Or is the game more of an escape where people try out different personas? Love the content, as always. I think it's a little of both. Not to give you a Weasley answer, but I think the truth is a little bit of both. I can definitely speak for me, and personally, the persona, the player I am in a game, relates to me foremost in the sense that I am very aggressive. And Risk isn't a game that necessarily rewards a ton of aggression. Mongoose says both. Unbalanced Split says both. Yeah. So with me, I don't like being bullied. And now that I have nothing to prove, I have nothing to lose. So I've been playing a lot more like hyper aggressive, and then if I get interrupted, just punishing the guy who interrupts me. So I'm basically an asshole at this point, right? Okay. Yellow would like to create a 100% pocket behind him, and I will happily oblige. So my persona, my gameplay persona has evolved over time to... I used to hate how long stalemate games took. I intentionally set this lobby up. This lobby was always going to stalemate, right? And I happily sat down to do so. I want the foil of this game to have this conversation with you. Yellow knows exactly what he's doing. He's telling me to do it. Manly Hirayama, I'm with you, sir. I get it. So the way I would answer your question, Closed, is that I think a game allows us to try things. A game, is he going to skip? No, he's not. He's going to skip. That's funny. The existence of a game allows us to... No, he's not. Excellent. Allows us to try out things that we otherwise wouldn't. So we will all evolve as players. we will all evolve as people. And I think trying out different cautious strategies, more aggressive strategies, and such in a game can act as a great way to experiment with things that might work for life. But obviously, with life, you can't be too risky. Get it? Because if you ever go to zero, you're never coming back. And that's my answer to your question. I think it was a great question to start. Giraffosaurus, I've watched you for about a year. I've never really been a Twitch person until more recently. I've been checking your channel constantly, hoping to catch you on live. Hello! Now you can finally hear the music. That's right. We got the music track. I'm forgetting all about this. We got the music track overlay. How do I, is that, yeah, that's perfect. This is the show, folks. We got the Ronnie cam. We got the music overlay. We're doing the Q&A. We're doing the Q&A. Okay. So someone asked me a question about what happened today. Was there a significant thing that happened today in the news? What exactly was the question? We got 5 gifted subs by Lloyd. Thank you, Lloyd. You're very much appreciated, man. Not really? Okay. Cal says not really. Hedonistic Sensei, why are people letting Red and White keep their territory bonuses? Alliances are on. So we don't know who's allied with who. Well, if it's not significant, then I don't have to answer the question. I'm here in service to the asker, folks. I have no agenda with what I talk about other than to promote my own shit, which is, I do not pretend to be an altruist for a second, right? I have no agenda other than to promote my agenda, which is I would like to continue to do this and make a very reasonable living doing so. And also I would like to tell you that I love you because I think you need to know. But other than that, I'm not here to tell you what to think, so we can talk about whatever. Kilton says, Trudeau resigned, but he stays in power for months and months, which actually frees out the chance of an election, so nothing really changed. Bingo. Bingo. Someone asked me about how the Canadian parliamentary system works, and I will try and explain it to you briefly. So here is what happened today. Our Prime Minister resigned. Justin Trudeau, who's been in power for 8 years, give or take, resigned. So, significant differences to our friends in the USA. Our friends in England, our system more, or Australia for that matter, more closely resembles yours, right? The Canadian parliamentary tradition is similar to the British parliamentary tradition, and the way politics works in Canada is you do not vote for your head of government. The Prime Minister is selected by the party. So Justin Trudeau is a Liberal. He was chosen by the Liberal Party of Canada. So if you are a party member, you can vote for, you can contribute to the voting process for who leads the party. Okay. This is what he did. He resigned as the leader of the Liberal Party, which means that the Liberal Party, who is the governing party, gets to choose a new leader. This actually blocks what we expected to happen, which was a vote of no confidence, which would trigger an election. So now we have to wait, I think, until October, until what all of the polls indicate that the Prime Minister will be replaced by the Conservatives. And the pendulum shall swing back again, but I'll try not to give any commentary until the end. I'm gonna do an analysis and then an editorial. How about that? So the analysis piece is this. As a Canadian, I can vote for 2 levels of... Sorry, in Toronto, it's only 1 level of municipal government. Previously, I could vote for 2. When I ran, there was a region of York that I was a part of, and also the town of Markham, now city of Markham. But city of Toronto is the municipal, so I can vote for a city councillor. I can vote for the provincial, so the government of Ontario. There's a member of provincial parliament. They sit in the Ontario legislature. Toronto is the capital of Ontario, not the capital of Canada. It is the largest city in Canada, but not the capital. And our premier, Doug Ford, is a Conservative. And similarly, you can't vote for him specifically. You have to vote for the party candidate in your riding. Your vote still matters. My vote absolutely does not matter. Not for a second. don't for a second subtle breakdown think that I believe that I have my head shoved far enough up my ass to think my vote matters. My vote does not matter, nor does yours, likely in any jurisdiction, unless you're in like some place tiny like Switzerland. But that's not what we were talking about. We were talking about the parliamentary system. So you have a party, and then the third level of government is, of course, federal. So the federal members of parliament are called MPs, and they sit in our nation's capital in Ottawa in parliament. And the party distribution, it's like not really a two-party system. It's more like, in Canada, it's more like a three-party system. Like, technically we're open to a bunch similar to the US, right? Technically we're open to a bunch of different parties, but in reality, like, the NDP basically just bleeds out votes from the Liberals. So there's like the Conservative Party, there's the Liberal Party, and then there's the NDP, which is like the more liberal party. So the current government is like a de facto coalition between the Liberals and the NDP, and they've been in power for a very long time, and they have been just absolutely destroying the general quality living of the average Canadian. Let's put it that way. I have watched the prices of almost everything skyrocket beyond anything sort of reasonable. People 20 years younger than me cannot in a million years fathom possibly buying a home with any sort of reasonable salary. The fact that I got into the housing market at all when I did at 28 years old is a fucking miracle. Kyle says, Canada's held hostage by people that like 80% people want to. Yeah, we have, we are not democratically represented in any sort of sense. That's an absurd notion. Our system is flawed in many ways. We have a upper legislature. We have a Senate, a national Senate that is appointed only, that technically gives assent to law, but in reality is just a ceremony. We have an entirely separate ceremonial federal government that we pay money for this while people starve on the street. It shocks me that every single Canadian who cannot afford a home or cannot afford food is not in revolt. It's like I'm somehow getting by because I've been ridiculously lucky and hardworking in my life. Both, I would say. I've been ridiculously lucky and ridiculously hardworking in order to not be broke. And that's fucking disgusting. Kyle says, I hope I wasn't planning on monetizing this video. Why? What have I said that was controversial so far? Seriously, I don't think I've said anything that's controversial. I haven't even given my editorial yet. YouTube hits me anytime I say anything political? Really? What were the words? What did I say? I would love to know. I haven't gotten one of these yet at all. Oh, I'm allowed to talk about politics? I talk about politics from the perspective of a philosopher, too. If you can't talk honestly and freely, you're lost. Right? This is just one man's opinion. I do not sit here pretending to be an expert in anything. So, take it or leave it, guys. You think I'm just lucky? Maybe. Svenoni says, here in Germany, you're happy if you don't have to pay more than a third of your salary for rent. Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to tell you what home prices are here, but they're far outside of the. You can't even, if you are a minimum wage worker, you can't even rent a place alone, let alone buy. You're fucked. Like, I don't know how Canada fixes this, but let me segue to the second part of the story. So, what happened was our prime minister stepped down, and an election would have been triggered if a vote of no confidence. I think if the budget failed, right, an election would have been forced earlier. So what happens now is the Liberals stay in power until their term ends, the natural expiration of the term. Justin Trudeau does not preside over the Liberal Party's demise. Some other patsy gets to do it. Yeah, and then the conservatives will replace them. And then what happens is absolutely nothing changes. And nothing material changes. Like, there is this very limited difference between the liberals and the conservatives. And I would say it's a very limited difference similar to the Americans, right? You guys have a very, very limited difference between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. There are some differences, right? Like LGBTQ rights or abortion rights or free trade or, XYZ minute thing. But the reality of the situation is that you're not really given two real options. You're given the business party A or the business party B, and the business pendulum keeps swinging back and forth. So shall we continue to pretend, those of us with amnesia shall continue to pretend that surely the next savior will be glorious and they will fix everything. But I've lived long enough to know that I'm going to extract my head from my asshole and say that nothing material is going to change. And what's actually going to happen is the rich people are going to keep getting richer and they're going to bleed us slowly. And, we should be lucky for the scraps, I guess. So, a lot of words, a lot of slogans. Hey, thank you, Grimbot. Thanks, bro. Ranked choice voting. So, Mr. Atlas, I don't know if you're familiar with kind of my thinking here, but I am an opponent of representational democracy entirely. Yes, rich lives matter. There you go. Russell knows what's up. I think we are past the point. If we are to preserve democracy at all, which I do not presume to say we should, the jury is out on that one. We could very much have an entire separate conversation where we talk about whether or not we are even worthy to choose for ourselves. But let's pretend that democracy is a good thing for the sake of this argument. Political parties are undemocratic, first of all, and representation by people who has a vested interest in continuing their own, perpetuating their own job is also undemocratic. I would love to be able to choose in a meaningful way, but I can't. It's not that I want something other than democracy. I would love democracy. The question is more, not my question, mind you, but the question is more, are we worthy of our own choice? Or do we need to be enslaved by rich people? Do we need it for our own good? That's a crazy question. Fluffernutter says, let's pretend democracy is good. Average Socratic philosopher king enjoyer. I'm just saying, I've had this argument a lot over the years with a lot of people, and they come at it from a lot of different ways. We all have a phone in our pocket. This phone could have an app on it. That app could connect you with Parliament, paying these people 6-figure plus annual salaries to rob you is insane. I felt more happy when you talked about pulling stuff out of assholes. Okay, we can talk about that too. 2 wolves and a sheep deciding what's for dinner. Boom. There's no saving representative democracy. It is an illusion. They love giving you the illusion of choice so you can distract yourself from the reality that you're not free to choose. That's why I get demonetized, if anything. This idea, if it becomes too popular, is very dangerous. We don't want too many people thinking that they're not free. Do not get off this topic. Keep it up. I won't stop, man. We lose white. I will work within whatever bounds YouTube tells me I'm allowed to say. This is the other thing. YouTube is not a free speech platform. I do not presume to say that it should be, right? YouTube is a business that gets to decide via its advertising-friendly guidelines what I'm allowed to say. Okay? And I am grateful for the privilege to be able to use their platform to speak to you. I speak to tens of thousands of people a day. This is something I couldn't have dreamed of doing at any other phase of my life. So the technological component, the fact that we live in 2025, that I can have this conversation with you digitally in real time about ideas, just some random idiot in his room discussing ideas with you guys all around the world. It's all miraculous to me, okay? Thank you, Primal Tenets, for the Prime. Thank you. What are we doing? Card trade? Oh, we card trading, baby. We card trading. How does capitalism tie into the entire conversation? Glad you asked. Just tune in, but I'm loving the discussion. So capitalism is a very efficient system at solving a impossible distribution problem. And capitalism is also kind of a natural law, I would say. Capitalism is iterated from the state of nature, where we are all in competition with each other, right? All versus all. Thank you, Taryn, for the 3 months. Thank you. So the idea that human beings are competitive in our nature is probably true to a large extent. But I would say we are also equally cooperative, if not more. So we are competitive and cooperative to different extents, and the nature-nurture debate has been argued in philosophy ad nauseum. But the current situation, the current capitalist economy that the world enjoys, has produced, let's start with the good, has produced abundance unseen in history. Start with that. Capitalism is good because it solves an impossible distribution problem. People are not able to answer the question, how do I give those in need enough? But markets are. And markets do that by price. And they look at a price of something and they say, okay. They look at a price of something and the price says this is what the system has determined it is worth, and therefore I was trying to figure out what the fuck. All right. Something is fucked with the troop counts here. All right. So what we have currently is a system that is fundamentally competitive, right? You are forced to justify your own material existence via your labor. And I think we will experience a breakdown of that once automation and hopefully post-scarcity comes. But there really is no such thing as post-scarcity because things will always be limited and those in control will always be able to limit them. So I always go back to the idea of the decent minimum, John Rawls. We will never be able to create equality, nor would we even want to, but what we could do hypothetically is we could determine what the decent minimum standard of living beneath which no humans alive shall fall. And I think that would be the most ethical way to approach maintaining markets to some extent, but trying to transition away from them and into a post-scarcity world. We are also going to experience demographic and population collapse worldwide. The Western countries, I think, the rich Western nations will mostly be spared of this because we will continue to ramp up immigration to maintain population levels. Another way that we are sort of artificially maintaining this infinite growth model. Creston said there's no such thing as post-scarcity because we will constantly increase our standard of living. Yeah. And things will always be limited, be it like oceanfront property or whatever, but there will always be things that are more valuable than other things. Oh yeah, this game is super boring. UBI is a bonded scheme. I think UBI is just a band-aid, right? The idea of UBI just keeps the mechanism of these markets functioning when people can't earn without them just grinding to a halt completely. Ivanovich says, Pete, I love your stand-up. First shot. Can't wait to see more. All right, I'll do another course. I'll do another stand-up course for y'all if you guys really liked it. But I think I did a shitty job. I wish I could have memorized more. Okay. Russell says, I believe everyone has a right to the basics, but not handed freely. The right to the opportunity to work fairly for the basics. Right, but what if no such market exists such that you can work? What if you can't work? Do you then have the right to starve? This is kind of where it dies for me. I think we have to get to a place where we can decouple our value as humans from our productive output. And I think we will face that conundrum in a material sense in our lifetime. Yeah, Kyle says the same thing. We will have to deal with you. Well, that's, either that or the apocalypse, right? Like, a lot of these roads lead to apocalypse, and I just don't spend a ton of time thinking about apocalypse because if I'm fucked, there's nothing I can do about it. It's a tough one. No, I hear you, man. I do not relish the idea that I do not relish the ennui that would ensue from so many people. Feeling like their existence is meaningless. Like we currently suffer from that, and I think it only gets worse when you are just given money and just here, eat your bugs, and there you go. Red's gonna lose cap soon. From who? Who's hitting Red's cap? UBI actually makes people poorer. It's been studied. How does that work? This is nice. Yeah. You think Pink rolls? I don't think Pink rolls the red cap. Pink has played optimally every single thing Pink has done this game has been exactly what I would do in their seat. They chose an excellent cap. They've been taking the least offensive possible card. Every single thing Pink has done so far has been as close to optimal from my viewpoint as I can imagine. How you doing, Olaf? Finally got a chance to catch you live. I want to say thank you for all the advice on the YouTube games. Oh, you're welcome. A friend Pete put me on to you to watch, and it's been enjoyable. You honor me, sir. Thank you. Oh, I'm not remotely Marxist. I think Marx has a Marx has a whole sort of cohort of ideas that lead to mass murder. Hey, thank you for the sub, Olaf. You think Red's going to be dumb? Just keep 100 troops on cap? Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't think Red's dumb. I think Red's playing a specific style as well. I think we lose White finally. White has disconnected. So I think Red, Yellow, and Magenta are all great players. And I should watch out for all three of them. And I think Black might be the only honest player in this game. Why does Black have that much of a lead? Because he's held North America for a while. And look, after all that, he's really like, what, 50 troops ahead of me? It's not really that big of a difference. Doesn't really matter, right? None of this matters. The entire point of these settings was to create a situation where I have very little, there's very little asked of me in game-wise. Pete, the man who never passes up the opportunity to say penultimate. It's not sometimes I say second last. How you doing, Ronnie? Oh, Because I'm just shifting position. I'm sleeping. All right. Very nice. All right. Do we have any other questions? Q&A stream. Let's go. How y'all doing? I feel like I can't necessarily keep pace. Either I talk too much or not enough. If Red was a good player, trade with Magenta in Africa. Yeah, I'm not so sure, though. I'm not so sure. I think Red and Magenta might know something that you don't. What is stopping the game from going 7 more hours? Absolutely nothing. Thought you only had 2 cats, Reggie and Jerry. When did Ronnie come into the picture? So my ex-wife got Jerry, my friend. Jerry's doing well, but I don't get to see him very often. So my girl and I got Ronnie back in April. We thought Ronnie was Veronica. Turns out he's Ronald. And Ronnie will be turning 1-year-old next month. Do you still do push-ups for cash? Nah, dude, I'll do push-ups for free. Good old Rod says, would you want to pass a kidney stone once a month or shit a kidney boulder once a year? Sounds like one of those stupid would you rathers, which is like the Kobayashi Maru. The only solution is to not play. Right? Is that what it is? I select none of the above. Pete, I'm watching your YouTube drop on TV with Regicam. Watching the stream with Ronnie Kim. Nice. The doubler. Jewhan wants the pushies. Let's go. If you want to tip me, you're welcome to, but never an obligation, folks. Please never feel obligated. I'm over the moon grateful that you give me your precious attention. Custody battle for Jerry? No. My ex has as much right to all of that stuff as I do. So I think fair is fair. Part of the way I don't find myself terribly resentful for my past is I really do try and make sure that she wins as much as I do, right? And we had 2 cats, and now we have 1 each. Okay, Blackberry's a stack. Ooh, are they setting up to stack slam me? That's fun. Are we gonna take a bunch of slams? Are we ready, folks? Are we ready? Is it time? Pete, did you see the sports team do the sports thing? That reminds me of a meme.
The team, go sports!
All right, can you just explain what's going on here?
Hi, thank you, I have no idea.
I'm not eating this.
Sports! So happy with my daughter. She loves sports and she loves broccoli, and that's why we're here.
Sports! Good on you, man. Divorce is difficult. It's really tough to be in that kind of situation. Nah, I'm glad it's over. But thank you. I know it can be tough for some. For me, I got off easy. I still like my ex. I still love my ex. I can still talk to her. You know, the bridge is not burnt. We do not hate each other. I did not lose my house. What can I complain about? We had many wonderful years together, and now we get to move on with our lives. How you doing, Martin Risk Pro? Fuck, man. The Risk Pro. Let's go. Hey, Pete. How would you prevent people from stalling through the developer in the scenario where they can just take a card and pass instead? They stall a full turn, only at the end. Yeah, you just automate that out of existence, right? Sounds like a very, very easy thing to do. Amicable divorce are definitely easier. Yeah, no shit. I think the first turn you stall 60 seconds, it gets flagged if you don't take a game action until the last second. And then the second turn you get a warning. And the third turn maybe it boots you, just threatens to boot you, or it boots you and locks you into low. This is pretty much the easiest way. Their account is then flagged for future. Yeah, I mean that's how you do it, right? How you doing, Solo POV? First time, long time. Recently beat a few masters and even a GM from watching the vids. Let's go, Solo. I love how red's still guarding from white. Yeah. the buried 100 stack. Maybe red isn't very good. I don't know. The jury's still out, folks. Well, we won't know until the outcome reveals itself, of course. Unbalanced Split says, it seemed as if there was this unspoken rule that any breakups or divorces are on bad terms and you become mortal enemies. So what extent is this true? Okay, I'll tell you what my solution to this one was, Unbalanced Splits. Relationships are tricky. And for me, my approach to any human relationship, my marriage or family or friends or anything, has been to lead with honesty. So I tell people pretty candidly and directly what I fucking think, including my now ex-wife. And she might not have liked what she had heard from time to time, but at least she had to respect my honesty. And that is my answer to this. The single reason I credit having an amicable divorce is that I never lied to her. And to her credit, she's a good woman. So I got lucky, I guess, as I said. Good old Ross said, my ex and I did the same thing, divorced with no lawyers. It's over. We just didn't fuck each other. Perfect. And the lawyers didn't make any money, too. There's also a sick incentive. But what if they're actually just thinking their full turn? How many turns, like we could engage in that. How many turns do you think is reasonable for a person to be thinking for their full turn before it becomes stalling? It's a matter of degree, of course. Oh yeah, I'm glad I didn't have kids for sure. How many turns of stalling would the thinking then become? There has to be a line, right? Maybe it's not 2 turns, maybe it's 3, but there has to be a line. Multiple turns in a row of a full attack timer with one. Yeah, exactly. At some point, you measure it. Stalling's very obvious behavior. It's like, you know it when you see it. So a person can think for 60 seconds, a person can think for 120, but after that, it's like, okay, you really didn't need you didn't need the whole turn. So would it hurt yellow or you more if you stopped? It would hurt yellow more. Nah, that's not true. It would hurt me because they'd sue into me. I think it would hurt both of us. Yellow and I are locked in a mutually beneficial arrangement where we get first and second. You plan to stream on YouTube better with ads? Nah, not really. I mean, we talked about it earlier. I want to do like once a week, but that might even be a stretch for me. What are the Bradex settings? How does this game end? Is it just a patience test? It's not really a patience test. It's more of a an opportunity for me to play a game that I don't have to spend any time thinking about and just hang out with you. Yeah, what does Braid X play? Didn't he get like #1 last season? You like this one, Jay? This is a great fucking Boston track or Chicago track. I don't know why I said Boston. Where's the stand-up routine headed? Well, so it was a class. That was a stand-up class. So I would have to take another class, or I could just start trying to write jokes on my own. Pete, I triangle capped yesterday on Gascony, the cap in London and Burgundy. There were blizzards in the Alps and Rabat. It was an excellent choice, but unfortunately, things didn't go my way. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Red not having captures means he dies first, but who is going for it? Not Black. Black's almost card blocked, though, so maybe we'll see some action once that happens. So how was everyone's New Year's? I've been also making, we can add some updates to my life for, I'm talking about what's going on in Pete's life in 2025. What is today, the 6th? Okay, I've been taking a break from drinking. I feel like I drank way too fucking much in 2024. And as of New Year's, I haven't really had a drink yet. I'm wondering how long I'm going to go. I think the minimum is going to be a month. The last time I took a break from drinking, I took a full month off to kind of reset. And then I gave myself a budget of once a week. And then this year, you know, by the time I was streaming, I was drinking. You guys saw me. I was drinking a lot, right? So I really thought that. And also, I noticed I've now gained 50 pounds from where I'd like to be. Tip the scales January 1st at 242 pounds. My ideal weight at 6 feet should be something around like 190. You're taking a break from pizza? Yeah, fair enough. So I'm thinking, yeah, if I really want to lose 50 to 60 pounds, one thing I'm going to have to do is go kind of low carb. That's the only way I lost weight in the past. In the past, I think that my single biggest weight loss in a reasonable amount of time was like 35 pounds. So this is a lot more than that. And I'm also less active now. I'm older and I'm not working outside. Ooh, someone just got card blocked. So something is progressing. So yeah, I'm kind of taking my health a little bit more seriously at 41. Just in the sense that I want my clothes to fit. I want to look good. I want to feel good. I don't want to have back pain. I want to be healthy. I want to live a long time. You know, I want to be there for my family and my friends and you. So I want to take care of myself. And drinking is fun. I love drinking. And I'm not saying I'm going to quit. But I know how it affects my weight specifically. So it has to be moderated at least a little bit. Robert says, I want to lose weight too, but I'm not a loser. You do you, my friend. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your life. How much you consider a lot to drink? Oh, I drink a lot. I don't drink a drink ever. If it's one, it's five. You know what I mean? Terrence says, Pete, I'm 5'8", 192 with a 32-inch waist. At 50 years old, it's possible to do. I believe it. I know. I believe it. It's simply a matter of caring enough about yourself, right? EGK Osiris, do you think you could never drink again if you really wanted to? Like, is your willpower that strong? Yeah, I don't think I'm addicted. There's very little that I'm like wholly addicted in a way that I would admit to. And alcohol is not that. Sugar. That's a toughie. The JJ. Well, I mean, that's... I don't ever intend on breaking that addiction, Kyle. You wouldn't know anything about that, but... Tell us more about your addictions? I don't want you knowing too much about my personal business, sir. But yeah, Kyle was spot on, right? Pete, you do things to excess? I'm shocked. Exactly. This guy starts pecking away at his phone. He's like, ooh, risk. What would it be like to be the best? Fucking 5 years later, here we are. You gotta be the best at everything. All the time. The most. I'm crazy. Oh, what happened to the Ronnie cam? Did we lose Ronnie? Here he is. Mostest and biggest. Yes, exactly. V Hypnotic. I started playing in December, and sometimes I find myself very frustrated with unprovoked targeting by usually multiple players. I don't know how to recover and maintain my game. Just ramming my remaining troops with their ass any device. Is this in meta settings? Channel updates. Did you miss it, Beck? Where? We had a nice long conversation. Then we talked about the Canadian parliamentary process. And now we're taking cards and passing the turn. Duh, I just got here. I know. No, I noticed. Can't do nothing with two people targeting you? No, but like there's usually... Okay, so metacaps, one thing that might be happening with some regularity. Tell me if this rings true for you or if I'm way off. Maybe it's collab, okay? Certainly some percentage of it is. But if you're in a 3-player scenario where you've just maybe made 2 kills... This happened to me a lot, so I'm projecting. Okay, meta settings game. There's 5 players. 2 of them have fucked up royally. Why Hypnotic goes and kills them. Now you're in a 3-player scenario. You're holding half the board and you have a slight lead. You get relentlessly teamed on at that point and you lose because of it. Is this a familiar story? Yes. Is it? Because what I'm thinking is, when I get into that 3-player scenario now, sometimes, yeah. When I get into that specific 3-player scenario right now, I almost always go really, really hard on one of them. Like super risky hard. Because A, I don't want the 3-player scenario where it takes a long time and I still lose. And B, I want that sort of... I want to stop them from working together, right? I want that sort of epic finish where I kill one of them, stick my neck out, maybe give my opponent a fair chance to like set on 3 and cap run or whatever the fuck. But if I get it, I get it. You know, that feels satisfying to me. So I think maybe the thing that will up your game in that part of the scenario is being willing to take ridiculous risks at that point. And by ridiculous, I mean going very negative on a kill on one of the 2 and trusting in yourself to pull out the win in the 1v1 at a disadvantage. Sometimes players fuck up in the fog, right? There's a high likelihood that even with you asking me this question that you're a lot more skilled than the average person you're playing against. So try that. Try that one on for size. There's nothing we can really do about collab. Like, you can try to kick... I kick all sorts of people from my lobbies. Free Money says 3 players the hardest mid game. It's frustrating. Yeah, it's very. Give Thanks says you have to risk 3rd by going for. Yeah, exactly. Just download my FitnessPal and track calories. See, that's the one thing I've never been willing to do. Boom. And I know I should, and I know it would work, but the idea of tracking calories, like, I love food, man. I don't want to take the joy of eating away from me. Pete for PM, please. Why is red guarding against the flag stack? I don't know. Nothing tastes as good as Skinny Fields? Yeah, I wish that was true. It isn't for me. But maybe I'll just lie to myself about it. Yeah, the only way to lose weight is being a caloric deficit. I agree. Tracking calories is one of the ways. Not the way that worked for me, unfortunately. How you doing, Eric? Coming from YouTube. First time watching stream, loving the music. Let's go. If Pete were Prime Minister, I'd still expect risk videos. Political consequences be damned. If I call someone a cocksucker, they're going to vote me out of office. Where's she going? Back? Korean barbecue. Oh, baby. I got some Costco beef ribs marinating in the fridge right now. Inspired by Korean barbecue. I did a little honey glaze. Did I enjoy doing stand-up? Yeah, I loved it. I'm not surprised I loved it. I think I did a shitty job, though, is the problem. Like, the looking at the phone was... right? It takes you out of it. As the viewer, it took me out, like... OMG, Canadian politics sucks. They would fucking kick you out. Of course they would. No, my mother said to me today when she texted me, she was like, Pete, did you hear the... let me read the conversation for y'all. This is my mother texting me at 11 a.m. She says, let's give you a snapshot into my life. My mother says, bye-bye, Trudeau resigned. I say, I don't think it will matter. She says, it'll take a while with the right leader. But whom? I say, there is no such thing as the right leader. She says, you should run. I say, it's beneath me. Wow, that's bad and sad. I love my mother. And I say, I think what I'm doing right now has much more potential for good. It's impossible to do the Prime Minister's job, assuming he isn't morally compromised, which he almost certainly is. So, this is how I speak to my mother. My mom's a great texter. She's a great everything. She's a great mom too. I love my mother. Text her now and say I love you. This one's for you, Arkin. I said I love you, and it means more than any bullshit politician ever could. What is this song? Look in the bottom right corner of the screen, Squidling. Oh, we want to do Stretchy Pushy? I like this song. Come for the risk, stay for the mother-son good vibes. Oh, man. That woman. She's a real special one. Go touch your toes. Stop telling me what to do. Why are you so bossy? Jeez. Are we actually card blocking black here? Ooh, very nice. Some progression will occur. Progression. Well, that was nice. A lot of cards. Yeah, you're telling me, man. I feel like 2,000 channel points should be worth 10 squats. All I want from you, Kyle, is dollars. Fuck your channel points. No Yu-Gi-Oh. Never got into it. Too old. You want a house tour? I wouldn't be terribly opposed to this, I guess. That'd be an interesting video. I'm wondering if there's anything like super private that I wouldn't want to show, though. I'll discuss it. I'll think about it. JC says, how do you pick the next prime minister? Risk tournament? Hockey skills challenge? Timbit eating contest? Show my fridge? All right. The fridge I can do. You guys want to see the inside of the Peatman's fridge? I've never done this one. This is a 2025 stream exclusive. Is the rank system broken, or am I just losing a huge amount of ranks to a skill? No, the ranking system is garbage. That's not a very well-kept secret. Everyone kind of knows that the risk ranking system is hot, steaming poo. JP says both. The dildo by the bedside, who's dildo? Making a lot of assumptions there, Wiz. Massive industrial-sized vat of lube and spiky. No, it's not a dildo. It's a butt. It's the butt plug Kyle gave me. Oh, we lost Ronnie. All right, ladies and gentlemen. 2025. Kill P Strategy exclusive. Fridge predictions? Yeah, let's do, before I post, let's do some predictions. What do you think is in my fridge? What do you think my fridge looks like? You know? Go, sound off. Bull milk. There's milk. Bulls don't have, but bulls don't have milk, man. Eggs, lots of milk. Beef from Costco, body parts. No, you're on to me. Ribs, leftovers. All right, folks, if you want to examine in great detail, I just posted a photo of my fridge on my Discord. But we'll bring it up here for the YouTubes. So, we got the Peatman's fridge. Starting with the Boursin, the Manchego. What else we got? Maple, ketchup, garlic, barbecue, salad dressing. Worcestershire, mayonnaise, soy sauce. We got some hot mustard, some mushroom condiment. We got some hot sauces, a variety. We got some maraschino cherries, lemon and lime squeezer, homemade hot sauce. That's right. My girl grew her own peppers, made her own hot sauce. It is spicy as fuck. We got butter up here. We got some weed chocolates. Got some cream cheese, some kimchi, some bocconcini, hummus, coffee, artichokes. That sounds like my turn. Yeah, that's right. We're going through everything in the fridge. What else on the top shelf? We got olives, artichokes. We got some pickled carrots that a guy who used to work for me made. What else we got? We got more. We got coconut water. We just went to Costco, so we got some more cream cheese. We got half and half cream, no milk. Yes, cream. We got Vegemite, thanks to Curlza. We got a jar of fish eggs that my next door neighbor Slava caught and was in the freezer for a while, and I just defrosted them. It's like ukra, like salmon roe. We got, what's this, salad, bunch of eggs. We got a marinating jar of beef ribs. This is a bolognese. This is Costco bulgogi. We got some quiches. We got some smoked salmon. Vegetable drawer, fruit drawer, bacon, extra cheese in the slide out drawer. We got the freezer at the bottom. What more can you ask for, folks? That's a fucking fridge. That's a fucking fridge right there. No bagged milk, no. Where was the mayo? In the door. Wish my fridge was that stacked. Hey, man, I like to eat. Well, what did I just say? I like to eat. No ice cream in my house. Oh, shit! Black just slammed yellow. That almost looks American. I was expecting more syrup and ketchup. Is ketchup Canadian thing? People guess my fridge in a heartbeat. Yeah, Nuggies and Monster Energy drink. White's not in this game. White is MIA. So in Neutral Bot, if you go 10 minutes on the clock after disconnecting, you lock in lowest placement. What's the biggest stack I've ever had on Cap? 10K-ish? I can't honestly remember. I'm surprised red isn't lining up to kill black. Yeah, ketchup chips are great. I would just like to say that nobody commented on how orderly my fridge was, how like spotless and clean it is, because that's something I take very fucking seriously. My fridge growing up was always a massive fucking mess. You couldn't see anything. And you see how like all of the food is like perfectly laid out and you can see everything with the doors and like access, whatever. That's what I'm about. I want to see my food. My girl, no. I'm very orderly. Has Black quit? Not yet. He's still getting cards. Singles Pete House was spotless, lawn mowed, everything in order. Thank you, sir. I would have it no other way. Forty Creek said it was very tidy. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Does she? Yeah. Does she live with me? Yeah. Okay, so red gets the black cap. That's what I say to my mother. That's what I say to you too, guys. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Purple player so bad he doesn't even take a free cap. I don't want a free cap. Fuck Alberta. I don't want that cap. That cap sucks. Yeah, Magenda's going to take it. There he goes. I like you. I'll take it. I'll take it, Squidling. Thank you. Back at you. Joris Wizzle says, thanks for saying that I matter. That video had perfect timing. I know there's always someone who needs to hear it, and I don't say it to be cheesy. Okay, that's going into red, right? Or is that going into yellow too? Magenta just wanted to dick over red. I don't think they did. That goes into yellow. Poor yellow. Cheesy is always welcome to my book, especially when genuine. I just think we are so surrounded by negative messaging all the time that it never hurts to just send some love. How you doing, Sam? Next stop and look through my cabinets. Okay, so the cabinets above the fridge are... That's all like my protein powder and shit. And like weight loss or workout and weight loss supplements in that cabinet. Okay, we're killing white. Yeah, not a bad play. Killing white for the cards. All right, we are in a 4-player scenario with a weakened yellow. Let's see what yellow does here. Because I'm not going to be the one to betray him. Where did yellow's troop go? Black full suit into yellow. Yellow took both slams. I do an ace. Ace says, hello, Peteman. Seeing your little stand-up. How long ago was that? The beginning of the month. Little side passion. No, it was a course. I took a stand-up comedy course. So it was 2 months and then all leading up to writing a 5-minute stand-up bit. Yeah, it was probably a pretty good kill for him to take white, yeah. I'm going to stay loyal to yellow. I don't see any reason not to. Let's hear a joke. Did you not see it, free money? Oh, pink sucks too. Don't hate, boom. I can link you for anyone in the chat who hasn't seen the stand-up routine. It's on Free Pete. It currently has 13,000 views. Fuck, man, you guys liked it. That makes me wonder if I should have put it on the main channel. It's like actually popular. Almost 14,000 views. Holy shit. Inspired by a true story. Yeah, I thought the 5 minutes was great. Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think the joke writing part I nailed, but I think the delivery, I needed to memorize the routine. I didn't. So, I don't know. Am I going to continue? Should I? You guys think I should? It's just such a struggle for me to like memorize. The problem with me is like, I love this. This is great. I can relax. I can talk to you about fucking anything. You haven't seen it, free money? Oh, go check it out, bro. I did 5 minutes. Go check it out. Hanging with Kyle seems like an endless supply of material. He's a hilarious person. Come on. As if this is news to any of you guys. There's a reason Kyle and I get along. We make each other laugh. Did I enjoy it? Of course. Sam takes you. Oh, yeah. It's a very difficult craft. What if you practice your set on? Absolutely fucking yes. Continue. Oh my God. I didn't realize I was getting like this kind of positive reinforcement. Fuck. This is like my first episode of YouTube. It's like, Pete, you did good. Do more. I'm like, oh, do you mean I should do be the best? The biggest and bestest? Does Yellow have any reason he keeps playing the game? Yeah. He knows he's got infinite cards in the pocket. We don't know how this game is going to evolve, but everyone's still chilling. You can start a podcast covering extremely controversial topics. I don't think controversy is the exact way I would approach it. I would say difficult. We might be talking about the same thing. Hey, Happy New Year, dubes. Happy New Year, brother. What I would say to you, Dolphin, is I'm not interested in covering something that's controversial for the sake of it being controversial. I'm interested in taking a philosophical and pragmatic, realistic take on things that are challenging to understand. Fuck off, Yellow. As if it's fuck off, Magenta. As if it's not clear, Yellow's the biggest homie in the world. That's why I'd be good at it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Grubby Gaming, for the sub. Kyle says, to be fair, going viral with comedy is easy as making a YouTube channel, dedicating to it, and having clips and shorts. Just needs to be good. Yeah, see, I don't think I'm that funny. I think I'm okay funny, but I don't think I'm like comedian level funny, right? I think a lot of my appeal is I don't know, guys. I mean, look, if you guys like it and you're encouraging me to do it, I'll try again. You didn't memorize my first joke. It's more that like, so the order free money was the problem for me. I didn't want to miss a piece of the routine, right? If someone is hilarious, comedian level funny, they could definitely follow that routine and be successful. Right. One of the most amazing things about you is your delivery. Yeah, the stand-up did suffer from not having memorized, but this channel has seen you alter your delivery to match a good mood. Yeah, this is the skill I'm learning, and that's why I'm thinking I'm more of an improv guy than a written stand-up like jokes guy. But by all means, tell me what works for you guys, and I'll try my best. You're a very good writer. You just need to get more comfortable on stage. Thank you. Confidence, and you did so well. This takes more time. Yeah, practice. I will, you know what I will do? Because of this, I will sign up for another course. This is the sort of thing that I kind of need to be because I'm just so fucking busy, right? I need to be forced to do. All you need is a joke outline. No, but that's what I did, and it still was like, you know, make a risk joke for stand-up. Okay, what's the risk joke? So I was sitting around taking cards one day. Make a diss track about the... Nice. Risk jokes would bomb so hard. Nah, they wouldn't. It's relatable for anybody. I can't even say it with a straight face. Hey, doing Canon Sam? Peter, I remember you said a while back you think you were writing a book. Yeah, I started. I have started writing. I've posted the first little bit of it on Free Pete as well. Yo, this board is wild, is it? I love that fucking Yellow kept me alive behind them, survived a full sue from a player, and we're just staying loyal homies. Love it. Boom has a wrist joke. All right, the floor is yours, Boom. Do you know if your tendency personality trait? No, tell me about this theory. How do I know? How do I find out my tendency? Upholder, questioner, obliger, rebel. Hey, thank you, Dravey, for the prime. Thanks so much. It wasn't a double sue. It was a single sue in 50% increments. Black hit him for half of his troops, then hit him again. But yes. All right, what is this? Gretchen Rubin, the 4 tendencies. We're going to do the 4 tendencies, folks. Have you kept a New Year's resolution where you weren't accountable to anyone? No. Which statement best describes your views about your commitments to yourself? I make a commitment to myself only if I'm convinced that it really makes good sense to do so. If someone else is holding me accountable, I'll meet them. I bind myself as little as possible. I bind myself as little as possible. At times, we feel frustrated by ourselves. Are you most likely to feel frustrated because my constant need for more information exhausts me? As soon as someone expects me to do something, I don't want to do it. I can take time for other people, and I can't take time for myself. I can't take a break from my usual habits. I feel frustrated. Okay, so the way I would answer this question is I feel frustrated by other people being shitty and letting me down. Which of the... These are the games that drive you crazy? Why? When someone's an asshole and he just trades forever? I'm doing it on purpose, Micro. Which one of these, Wiz, is the right answer? My constant need for information exhausts me. No, my constant need for information invigorates me. As soon as someone expects me to do something, I don't want to do it. This is probably the closest one. Yeah. I take time for other people. I can take time for myself. That's both fine. And yeah, I find I don't want to take a break from my usual habits. I find my usual habits invigorating. So it would be number 2. I love my life. I'm fucking like, I built it for me. You know what I'm saying? I fucking love my life. My life is very intentionally designed. It works for me. I know myself fairly well. Yeah, I also built this game for you, Micro. This is what's happening in this game is exactly what I wanted to happen in this game. Oh no, did it reset? Shit, hold on. Okay. Question number 4. When you formed a healthy habit in the past, what helped you stick to it? I'm pretty good at sticking to habits, even when no one else cares. Doing a lot of research, customization. Why and how? Yeah. Answerable to someone. This one. Research. Good reasons why. You want to guess I'm an upholder? Okay. If people complain about your behavior, you'd be least surprised to hear them say. You stick to good habits, ones that matter to you, even when it's inconvenient for someone else. You ask too many questions. Number 2, you're good at taking the time when others ask you to do something. You only do it okay. So I would actually be more of a number 4, but also number 2. So people are often annoyed because I ask too many questions, but I think more than that, they're often annoyed by my straight up selfishness. Which description suits you best? Disciplined, even when that doesn't make sense. Ask necessary questions, puts others first. Refuses to be bossed by it. Yeah, absolutely refuses to be bossed. This is a great quiz. I'm curious to see where we go. People get frustrated with me because if they ask me to do something, I'm less likely to do it. No, I usually do. If I'm asked to do something, I always want to say yes. In fact, I even think I say yes too much. I do what I think makes the most sense according to my judgment, yes. Even if that means ignoring the rules. Oh, yeah. Fuck other people's rules. Suck my cock. Tend to agree. Commitments to others should never be broken, but commitments to myself can be broken. Disagree. We shouldn't make commitments we intend to break. That's stupid. Sometimes I won't do something I want to do because someone wants me to do it. Sometimes I won't do something I want to do because... No, I'm indifferent to other people's opinions. Sometimes I describe myself as a people pleaser. Not really. Sometimes, but not really. I don't mind breaking rules or violating convention. I often enjoy it. Agree? Discover your tendency. I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel. You can't make me, and neither can I. Rebels resist all expectations, outer and inner. Telling a rebel what to do makes them less likely to do it, even if it's something they want to do. They value freedom and choice. Correct. I value freedom and like to do things my own way. Correct. All right. That is the conclusion. I am a rebel. What do we know about this? Makes sense. What does this tell us about me, though? Is this like a fancy horoscope? How you doing, Coog Jack? Holy fook! It's my first Beat Live. Hello. You're on video 69. When do you do your Pelotons? Oh, cheers, man. Thank you so much. Authority syndrome equals Pete. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. What's my Myers-Briggs? I'm a ENTJ, usually. Formerly INTJ. I'm no longer an introvert. I used to be. What's going on, GH Money? Where are ya? Red trying to card block Magenta is funny. Yeah, because they suck. What is this theory called again, Wiz? Relator or something? What was it? It sounds horoscopy. I love learning about myself, though. It's super fun. You're judging and perceiving are 50-50? Yeah. Who's going to get second? We'll find out. This remains to be revealed. Does selfishness increase with IQ? Well, see, for me, I don't really connote... I don't use the word selfish to connote negatively. How you doing, K Mario? Good evening. Hello, Obi. How do we get into this situation? By design. By design. I wanted to have a long conversation with all of you, and I've succeeded. Rez is playing his own game. My mother said, I love you more. My cataract surgery is on Friday, and I'm super scared. You will be perfectly fine. Robo Oma. So Oma is grandma in Dutch, and we used to call my grandma, my mom and I, we called her Robo Oma because she had, I think she got her hip replaced, she got a knee replaced or something. My mom has already had her 2 knees replaced. I'm just going to tell her that you guys, someone told me to say I love you. Someone on stream told me to say I love you, and I realized it was an excellent idea. It's always nice to have the reminder. He's trying to steal that cap. Red is trying to steal that cap. Get out of here. Wait, do you speak Dutch? No, I don't really speak Dutch. My dad just had a new hip today. Oh, right on, man. Yeah, hope he heals up quick. Godverdomme. Get that cap. Oh. I hope Magenta slams right off cap, yeah. Pink should hit that 2600. I know. Dude, shout out to Yellow. Manly, here I am. Let's fucking go. Best friends to the end, you and me. I love these settings that make such stupid games. Sometimes we're just here for the dumb. Whoop-ya! Oh, he's manualing. It's not the whoop-ya. Oh, it was the whoop-ya. Any prospective snipers? You never know, Hypnotic. There's no way to know, man. How does it feel to do nothing and win? Story of my life, bro. You have to try? Get the fuck out of here. I told you Red was an idiot. You defended him. I didn't defend him per se. What I said was anyone could be listening to us right now. Even Red. Thank you for taking the quiz, Pete. I think reading the book changed a lot of perspectives for me. Helps you communicate and understand other people in your life and how best to interact with certain people. Yeah, well, I mean, what is the theory? I forgot. What is the theory called? What's the book, or what's the name of the book? Yes, the people fighting themselves. I got extra Audible credits. I'll give a listen. What is the name of the book? Please and thank you. Give it to him, baby. Whip yo! Okay. It's called The Four Tendencies by Gretchen Rubin. Sounds good. We've downloaded the book. I messaged her about which of her books to read in order, and she told me to start with The Four Tendencies. Okay, tell me more about her. Red got bored indeed. Up yo! Let's go. Kill this man. Kill this man. Well played. Death. Good work, Yellow. We got there. Oh, baby. Well, that was fun. Hope you guys liked it. And if you liked it, and you like what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen, I implore you. I invite you. Oh, he doesn't want the world dom? He doesn't want... Okay, all right. He doesn't want the world dom? All right, fine. Fine. You get the respect of the not world dom. Fair enough. Fair enough. Give me a like, folks. I like you. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm excited for big things coming. I know I went over a lot in the show. Keep me honest. Keep me an upholder. I want to bring bigger and better things always to the show. We're always trying to constantly improve. Kaizen, you know? Never stop. Don't stop stopping. Defeating 2 novices, 2 intermediates, an expert in manly Hirayama, the best homie in history, folks. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, for all of you on the path to world domination, good games, good luck.